Welcome to sailing. In this program, you'll have an opportunity to learn about sailing in a new way. You'll be able to board and explore a three-dimensional sailboat, experience hands-on sailing activities, and peruse informative presentations of sailing know-how. You can get started by pressing button 2 on your controller. This control panel will appear. It will appear anytime you press button 2. It is your central means of navigation through this sailing program. With this panel, you can move to any section of the program. To do so, move the cursor over one of the buttons, then select it by pressing button 1 on your handheld remote. Here's a description of all the different parts of the sailing program. Select your boat to board and explore the three-dimensional sailboat. Select Workshops for hands-on sailing activities. Select Seamanship for lively and informative presentations of sailing know-how. Anytime you need help, select the Life Preserver. If you don't understand a sailing term, select Terms for correct pronunciation and a definition. You can end the program at any time by selecting the anchor. These buttons are active during the Seamanship and Workshops parts of the sailing program. Otherwise, they will be dimmed. When active, they allow you to see a previous seamanship report or workshop, repeat a seamanship report or workshop, cancel a seamanship report or workshop and return to the section's main menu, or see the next seamanship report or workshop in a series. And now, press button 2 on your handheld remote control to raise the control bar and begin your voyage. You may want to begin your sailing voyage with seamanship. This is your boat. Choose Aboard to explore your boat above or below decks, or choose Exterior to explore your boat from a bird's eye view. The controller's left and right motion pivots your viewpoint left and right. You can move forward to another position when a yellow arrow appears on the bottom of the screen. To move forward, you're standing on a pier in the fog and hear a prolonged blast followed by 2 short blasts. What kind of boat is it? Powerboat underway? Sailing vessel? Powerboat not moving? This is not the right answer. A power vessel that is in the ocean but not moving would sound 2 prolonged blasts, not more than 2 seconds apart. You've picked the right signal for a sailing vessel in fog, but it might also be a fishing vessel, a tug with a tow, or a vessel restricted in its ability to maneuver. All 3 would give the same signal. Motoring around the harbor, you come upon this buoy. From your chart, which symbol matches the buoy you see? This symbol indicates a square-shaped day mark, which isn't the buoy you see. This is the correct symbol. The buoy you see is an unlit green can used to mark the port side of the channel. Running down the channel towards the harbor mouth, you encounter a red nun. Which side should you leave it? You are passing the buoy on the wrong side. This could result in grounding or other dangerous situations. Red navigational aids mark the left-hand side of a channel when leaving a harbor. When going out to sea, leave red nuns to port. Sailors must be able to recognize and interpret the various man-made reference markers commonly known as aids to navigation. Buoys are floating objects anchored to the bottom that mark safe channels and identify hazards. Day beacons are fixed platforms on or offshore which carry painted day marks that perform similar functions. The color and shape of buoys and day marks explain their function. Most buoys and marks carry identification numbers or letters, and many carry lights and sound devices, as well as optical and radar reflectors to aid mariners in finding and identifying them. Under International Rule B, red buoys mark the starboard side of a channel as a boat enters it from the sea. Red right returning is piloting's most basic rule in U.S. waters. Green is to the right as you head out to sea. In coastal waters, lateral buoys are numbered consecutively, from the seaward entrance of a channel up to its head of navigation. Sailing through a bay, you pass this buoy. According to your chart, which buoy is it? Yes, this is the buoy. It is a safe water buoy. What type of knot should you use to tie the jib sheet to the sail? Bowline knot? Square knot? Clove hitch? A bowline knot is always used when tying jib sheets to the clew of a sail. Properly tied, the knot always holds, yet is easy to untie even after great strain. Reaching out towards the harbor mouth on the port tack, you approach this mark. Approaching the mark from the other direction is another large sailboat on starboard tack, which is clearly planning to leave the mark close on its starboard side. On which side should you leave the mark? This is the best decision. Even though the preferred channel marker tells you that passing it on your port side is best, you have the option to use either side. Since the big sailboat is taking up most of the channel on your preferred side, you should head up and keep the marker to your starboard and use the less preferred channel. Motoring out of the harbor, you approach a green can. On which side should you pass it? This is the right decision. In U.S. waters, Green buoys and day marks should be kept on your starboard side when leaving the harbor. You're underway and suddenly the fog closes in around you. You tell a crew member to stand by with the air horn and sound a signal every 2 minutes or less. What signal should the crew member sound? 1 prolonged and 2 short blasts, 1 prolonged blast, 2 short blasts. This is the wrong signal. 2 short blasts have no significance in fog. This is the right signal. Sailboats sailing in fog should sound this signal. The signal is also used by fishing boats and tugboats as well. You are heading into a protected anchorage with an entrance that is marked by several buoys. On your way in, you pass this buoy. Looking at your chart, which one is it? Yes, this is a starboard side channel marker. When going into the anchorage, you should keep this buoy on your right. Running up the channel, you encounter this mark. Which side should you leave it? Keeping the preferred channel marker to port is okay, but since the marker has a red top, you should leave it on your starboard side. This will place you in the best part of the channel. Sailing down the center of the channel, you encounter a powerboat dead ahead approaching from the opposite direction. Which way should you steer? This is a wrong decision. Since sailboats have the right of way over powerboats, your duty is to maintain course and let the powerboat take action. Changing your course may confuse the powerboat and lead to a collision. If the powerboat doesn't change course, you should alter course to avoid a collision. Heading up a winding river from seaward, you see this day marker. To confirm your position, examine your chart. From the navigation aids shown, which one matches? Yes, the symbol you picked on the chart is the day mark symbol that matches the mark you are looking at. Sailing in the ocean through the fog, you hear 2 prolonged blasts about 2 seconds apart. What is it? Powerboat underway? Fishing vessel? Power vessel not underway. You are right. A power vessel that is in the ocean but not moving would sound 2 prolonged blasts, not more than 2 seconds apart. Welcome to Seamanship, an audio-visual compendium of sailing knowledge. The primary tools of the coastal pilot are a compass for steering a course and taking bearings, a set of charts for the cruising area, a knot log for determining distance run, a watch or clock for determining time traveled, and a logbook to record navigation and weather information. Several publications are important as well, including tide and tidal current tables, the Coast Guard Lights List, and the volume of the National Ocean Service Coast Pilot, containing information for the area sailed. To these tools, the celestial navigator will add a sextant for measuring the altitude of celestial bodies, and an almanac containing astronomical data. In addition to binoculars for identifying distant navigation aids, the navigator will need tools including dividers, a course plotter or protractor, and a drawing compass. Access to weather information is available through the vessel's VHF weather channels.